I took 5-MeO DMT, and it erased me. I didn't expect it to hit that fast. I'd read about it, how it wasn't like NN-DMT, how it was less visual, more overwhelming, how it didn't give you elves or fractals but just ripped the ground out from under you and flung you face first into God. But nothing prepares you. Nothing. I'd been meditating and journaling for days in advance, thinking that would somehow cushion the experience, like you could armor up before stepping into the sun. I did everything right: set, setting, music off, sitter present, a carefully weighed dose of 8 mg of synthetic freebase 5-MeO DMT, vaporized in a glass pipe. I sat cross-legged on a mat in a quiet, candlelit room. My friend Alex sat across from me with a notepad and the calm face of someone who knows you're about to get hit by lightning. I took a deep breath, exhaled everything, brought the pipe to my lips, and inhaled until my lungs couldn't take more. The vapor hit like hot smoke, bitter and strange, and before I could even set the pipe down, the world came apart like paper in fire. Not melted, disintegrated. The room was gone. Alex was gone. My body was gone. I didn't have time to panic. I didn't even have time to finish a thought. There was only this rising, this sudden vertical acceleration, like being strapped to a rocket and launched into the center of something that wasn't a place, wasn't a direction, wasn't describable. Just up. And then there was the white. Not white like light, not like snow or clouds. White like everything, an infinite field of consciousness that wasn't seeing, it was being. There was no me anymore. The I that was inhaling that pipe, gone. Not dissolved gently, obliterated. I was the white. I was the awareness. I was the field. There were no visuals, no narrative, no unfolding scenes, just pure, unfiltered being, infinite, timeless, everywhere. It didn't feel like I had merged with God. It felt like I had never been separate from it. And the illusion of being human, of being me, was so laughably small it couldn't even be remembered. There was no body, no past, no earth, no questions, no answers. There wasn't even peace because there wasn't even tension. Just totality. A singular, all-encompassing state that stretched in every direction and no direction. I can't tell you how long I was there. Time didn't exist. Duration didn't exist. It wasn't like a dream. It wasn't like anything. If you've ever seen a match get struck and flared out in the wind, that was my ego. I don't know when the return began, only that I noticed the edges coming back, the faintest shadow of I reassembling, a flicker of awareness that I'd taken something, a question forming. Where am I? And with that question came weight, gravity, the slow, crushing re-entry into form. I remember sounds, distant at first, then closer. Breathing. Someone's voice saying, "You're back." I didn't know who they were talking to. I opened my eyes. The candlelight looked like a hallucination. The room was impossibly real. My body was impossibly real. I had arms, I had legs. I could feel tears on my face but had no memory of crying. I looked at Alex and said, "I don't know what this is." My voice didn't sound like mine. He just nodded. I asked him how long I'd been gone. He said about 18 minutes. I would have believed 10 seconds or 10,000 years. I tried to speak more, but words felt clunky. I sat there, curled in a ball, stunned into silence. I felt like I had just been born, like I had emerged from a place so far beyond language that the entire concept of life was now absurd. For the next hour, I couldn't do much except shake and breathe. I kept whispering, "Oh my God," but I wasn't religious. I still don't know if I am. It wasn't God like a man on a throne. It was more like the raw fact that anything exists at all, and that it's all one thing pretending to be many. In the hours after, I kept touching my arms and face just to remind myself I was back. The air felt thick, sacred. Colors were deeper. Time was slow, but the silence inside me was what stuck. Not numbness, not peace. Something more profound. Like a bell had been struck at the center of my being, and it was still vibrating through everything. I didn't want to talk much that day. I couldn't really eat. I felt fragile, though, like my nervous system had been shattered and reassembled out of spiderwebs and glass. The next morning, I wrote for hours trying to describe it, but nothing worked. Every word was a lie. I've done plenty of psychedelics, mushrooms, acid, DMT. Nothing compares. 5-MeO-DMT isn't a trip. It's a termination of self, of time, of belief, of any idea that you were ever separate from the totality of existence. And when you come back, if you're lucky, you get to hold on to a thread of what you saw. Just enough to never look at life the same way again. I haven't touched it since. I don't know if I ever will. But sometimes, when I sit quietly long enough, I feel that white again. Just on the edge of perception, like a door slightly cracked open, like it's waiting, not impatient, not inviting, just there, watching, being, always.